Happy Matcha Mondays with Michelle. Today I'm going to show you how I make my everyday golden ratio matcha latte. And I'm doing it with minimal cuts because I used to struggle a lot with making the perfect matcha latte when I was first starting out. So I want to show you how to do it in real time so that you can follow along with me. And then at the end, I'll explain why I do the things that I do. Okay, so this is basically everything you're going to need. I have my milk, Califia Farms Barista Blend Oat Milk, my sweetener, Trader Joe's Pure Maple Syrup, ice, your matcha. This is Aya Matcha's ceremonial grade matcha. A sieve, a scoop. I'm using this stainless steel chashaku from Fellow. A bowl or chawan, your scale. A cup with your chasen to soak it. And the cup that you're going to drink from, as well as a straw. Oh, and a temperature controlled kettle. That's everything that I'm using at least. So I already preheated my water to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is soak my chasen in the hot water. This helps to soften the bristles to prevent breakage. I just do about that much. A little bit below the thread line. And you want this to soak for at least 2 minutes. Then I'm gonna start my scale and we'll take our matcha. This is a really good matcha, especially for beginners, because it's affordable, it's a good price, but it has a really strong flavor. So let's tear the scale. And I'm going to use 3 grams of matcha. Then I'm going to sift it to get rid of any clumps. It's also a really nice, bright, deep green color. And then I'm going to add 30 grams of water. It doesn't need to be exact, but I think doing a 1:10 ratio is the best at keeping the flavor strong. And then you just whisk for about a minute. Okay, I'm bringing you in closer so you can see. So first I start really vigorously like this for about 30 seconds. And you want to do it in a zigzag motion like I'm doing, like you're making a W or M shape. And this just helps to really incorporate the matcha powder into the water so you don't have clumps. And then you see all the big bubbles. Once we have that, then I focus on just whisking the surface to break up those bubbles. That way you're left with a really silky microfoam at the top. Something like that. Really smooth, nicely incorporated. Now I'm going to work on putting things together. So I'll get my cup. I've got my ice from the freezer. This is a 12-ounce cup. And I'm just gonna fill it with ice. I usually do about 7 to 8 ice cubes. Today I'm doing 7. Then I usually don't do sweetener. I just like to taste the matcha as it is typically, but I know a lot of people do like their matcha lattes sweetened, so I'll show you what I do. I'll usually do sweetener at this step, and my sweetener of choice is always pure maple syrup. The only ingredient is maple syrup. There are some other syrups out there with other ingredients Those are more for pancakes, waffles, things like that. I wouldn't use that for this. I would just use pure maple syrup. And this one is from Trader Joe's. And I'll usually just do about 5 grams. Typically 5 is my max. I don't like things to be too sweet, but of course you can adjust according to your taste preference. Then I'll tare again, grab my milk, and for this I'm going to add 80 grams. Oh, okay, that was a little over. It happens. It's okay. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. And now we don't need the scale anymore. We also don't need the kettle anymore. But this is the best part, pouring the matcha. All right, you guys ready? Let's go. Whoa, so pretty. Okay, and then I always pick up the leftover matcha in the bowl. Just add a splash of water. Swirl it around. Doo, doo, doo. And then add it in. And our matcha latte is complete. Wow, this looks beautiful. If you want it to look fuller, then add more ice. But yeah, this is my everyday golden ratio matcha latte. Okay, let's give this a mix. It is looking a little, I don't know, grainy, but I swear it's not. Some powders just do that. Even the most high quality ones, like I've experienced this with Hatoya, Marukyu Koyamayan, Ippodo. Even though I sift it and whisk it well, it just happens. I wouldn't let that deter you. But anyway, let's give it a mix. That color, so good. Let's try this. That's so good. I forgot that I sweetened it, which I usually don't do, like I said. So I was surprised by the sweetness, but it's so good. This matcha powder does have a bit more bitterness and grassiness, so the sweetness definitely helps to kind of cut through that. And especially if you're putting it with milk, then you're going to want a matcha that has that bitterness and grassiness to help it stand out against the milk, which I think this matcha powder does very well. It's bold, it's umami, it's earthy, vegetal. I think this is a great one because you can find it at grocery stores actually, or it's on Amazon. So it's very accessible. So I think it's great for beginners. So I think if you're a super beginner, then some sweetener would be great. But you know, if you're a little bit more used to the matcha flavor, then try it without sweetener. That is my favorite way to drink it. So as for why I do this ratio and all of these steps, like I said, I like my matchas to be strong, bold. I want to taste the matcha through the milk. And for that, I think you need to use a little bit more matcha powder, more than 2 grams. So I like to use 3 because it helps you get that matcha flavor, but it's not too much where I feel like I'm using up my powder super quickly. Because I do want my matcha to last, and if you're using like 4 or 5 grams of powder each time, then you're gonna go through your matcha so quickly. So that's why 3 grams is my happy medium. I also always use a scale. I just find it to be easier and more convenient than using measuring spoons and cups. It's less tools to wash, and I do find it to be more accurate, even though I do go over sometimes. I also always do a 1:10 ratio of matcha powder to water. So 3 grams of powder times 10 is 30 grams of water. And that just helps to keep the matcha flavor strong while also having enough water in there to be able to whisk it nicely. Because if there's too much water, then it's going to be watered down. You're not going to taste the matcha as much. But if there's too little water, then it's going to be a really thick paste and it's going to be a lot harder to whisk. I also always use 170 degrees Fahrenheit because that is the best temperature, in my opinion, for bringing out all the flavors of the matcha without it being too high and burning the matcha. Because you don't want to use boiling water because that could burn the matcha and make it taste really bitter, which I don't want. I've seen some people use up to 185 or even as low as 160. So you can play around with it. I just found that 170 is a good medium for me. And I use 80 grams of milk because I just find that that's the perfect amount for getting that bold matcha flavor without it being too milky. I usually don't do less than that because then it's like barely anything to drink, but sometimes I will do a little bit more, maybe like 90 grams if I want a little more in total to drink. Because once you put it all together, it is a pretty small cup and it probably won't last you too long, but 80 grams is the perfect balance of boldness and drink volume. I also prefer to use non-dairy milk because dairy tends to give me acne, especially if I'm drinking it every day. That's just my personal experience though. And this one that I use in particular doesn't overpower the matcha flavor, which is really important because I've said this before, some matcha powders have a flavor that masks the matcha. So instead of tasting the matcha, you're just going to taste the milk, which I don't want. So this one is great because the oat flavor is not too strong. Also forgot to mention, I like to use maple syrup because it's just my favorite natural sweetener. And I don't think the flavor masks the matcha at all. I think it works really well with matcha as long as you're using pure maple syrup. But you can use whatever you prefer. You can use a simple syrup, which is just like sugar and water. You can use agave, honey. It's really up to you. You kind of just need to play around with it and see what you like the best. But for me, I just prefer maple syrup. So I think those are the main things that I wanted to mention. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. Let me know what other Matcha Monday videos you want to see from me. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye!